gentlemen, boys and girls, we're glad to have everyone here at lovely Centerville Junior High School here in Fremont, California. My name is Miles Bacon, alongside Anthony Scott Knox, a national team player, Carolina Blue alum, and a good friend of mine. We are once again excited to bring you the third installment of the IHF Superglobe Qualifier. Tonight's matchup will feature New York City Team Handball versus the Ministros de Monterrey, Mexico. So glad to have everyone here. Scott, we've got an interesting matchup featured tonight. Quite a few things on tap. I will pass the microphone, metaphorically, of course, and let you fill everyone in on what we are looking for this evening.
Well, this is the third match in 3 nights. We've got NYC versus the Ministros from Monterrey. And it's turned out to be a little bit of a consolation game right here, but I don't expect any less excitement, any less intensity from these two teams. Again, as I spoke about that Ministros team on their first night against Cal Heat, they've got a lot of young fire, a lot of young passion, and they're going to take it to this NYC team tonight. We're going to see this Ministros team running up and down the floor and seeing whether or not NYC is going to be able to keep up with them. So I'm excited to watch it tonight.
I agree with you, Scott. From what we saw yesterday, I would not be surprised if the Ministros team really applied a lot of pressure. We saw them playing against Cal Heat, extending into, almost a man-marking situation on the 2 backcourt. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that action, and then obviously any and all countering. That said, folks, we are getting ready for the starting lineups, or at least the introduction of the teams as they meet at half court. And with that, we will pass the voicing over to the PA announcement.
On my right, Scott Ministros from Mexico City. New York City member. Once they are in place, I will ask everybody to please stand up for the national anthem.
Ministros. Number 13, Arad Hernandez. Number 24, Juan Ibarra. Number 5, Francisco Muñiz. Number 12, Eric Trejo. Number 2, Joel Adame. Number 10, Fabián Hernández. Number 11, Mauricio Martínez. Number 21, Leonardo Ayala. Number 23, Luis Ábalos. Number 77, Noé Treviño. Number 54, Irving Mancilla. Number 1, Leonel Gloria.
And for the New York City team, number 1, Ivan Ignatovic. Number 2, Pierre Kudret. Number 3, Oleg Soto. Number 4, Antoine Nocias. Number 8, Pavel Svika. Number 11, Tokba Abubakar. Number 12, Jackson Justiniano. Number 15, Toby Keselov. Number 16, Rafael Del Nero. Number 19, Vladimir Biswich. Number 22, Adam Abdelmoser. Number 23, Shkumbin Mustafa. Number 25, Lucas de Lima. Number 30, Rafael Santos. Number 50, Vlad Poancera. And members of the staff, Richard Nush and Max Steele.
Sorry, the team officials from Ministros, Rogelio Mancilla, Jesus González, and Abel Rios.
Now press to the game.
The verbal kickoff. All right, folks, so here we are. Once again, we've got the Club Ministros taking on New York City team.
Really exciting right there. Like nice little international flavor to get the game started off with. First the Mexican national anthem, and then the good old U.S. national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner playing right after that. Having an opportunity to have played in some international tournaments, hearing that national anthem right before you kind of step off and into the game, it's just like a little bit of an extra feel. You saw the Ministros getting kind of pumped up as that Mexican national anthem was playing. So again, I expect a lot of energy from this young, vibrant team. Again, they're excited to be here. They're still excited about this opportunity to compete on behalf of the Mexican nation. And we're going to see how NYC bounces back after that game last night against Cal Heat. Again, a tough loss for them, but they don't want to have to fly back to New York with no wins on this tournament. So there's still a lot at stake. So I'm excited to see it.
That's for sure, Scott. Like you said, both of these teams are really looking to, step forward after Cal Heat took it to both of them, and Cal Heat has qualified for Saudi Arabia and the Super Globe. So, in fact, more or less, this is an exhibition, but, really and truly, neither of these teams, I would think, is going into it with the mentality of, an exhibition. This is competition, and like you said, hearing your nation's anthem does something to your soul a little bit. As a native of Ohio, but a resident of San Diego, I certainly appreciate hearing the Mexican national anthem at 6 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. That said, folks, here we are ready to kick off, throw off, ready to get it going. The Ministros Club will start with possession, and here we are underway. In our first contest where we saw Team Ministros, El Equipo, I guess I should say more appropriately, we saw Luis Avalos really take over defensively and contribute a lot in scoring. Hernandez is Fabian Hernandez, Araf Hernandez, is really their playmaker, distributor. It looks like they are without Noé Treviño, who got his ankle rolled. Outstanding pass, one more. Great setup in. Cash with a post. That is exactly how you want to start a situation like this, with a goal from the left wing, number 21, Daniel Ayala.
Ayala coming in really strong off the left wing right there. Nice setup. Again, that play started all the way over on the right back side. They kept that momentum going until they had the man advantage, and that left wing was wide open. Nice shot off the post in to start off. First shot of the day.
A lot of times, Scott, you know, it takes a team a little while to dial in, as the woodwork was unkind on the shot from New York City. I mean, again, these are things that kind of make themselves evident as we talk about it sometimes. Big advantage on the left side. Boom.
And again.
Yes, sir.
New York not moving very well side to side right here again. 2 easy shots off the left wing side of that 6-meter line.
That's right. Goal scored by number 54, Royer Mancia.
Toga with the ball at that center back position. They're going to look to get a setup right here. Let's see what happens.
All right. Good swim. Referee plays advantage.
No contact. No contact, says the referee. He had enough control to not throw that out of bounds.
Right. And I think that's the discernment. There was contact, but the contact was not enough to, like you said, you know, keep him from throwing a better pass. So looks like the referees are kind of dialing into what they had last night and, you know, letting them play, be physical. But right now,
strong shot.
That was a heck of a rip.
Strong shot. A little bit high right there. He wished he had that one back.
Yeah.
Toga coming right back. Getting a lot of contact again.
Pass
We're going
to
to
the
swing
wing.
it back around.
A little bit of a hesitation on that pass to the wing. They should swing it over to this side. A little bit of a clumpage in the backcourt there, but the ball moves around. Here's Togba out top at the right back. Antoine, who was playing a lot of left wing yesterday, is now playing center back. A little bit of a sloppy pass, but Team Ministros up 2-0, 27 minutes and 18 seconds, so just under 3 minutes into the contest.
Glad we got a fresh jersey from Adam Abdamelson over there on the left back position for New York.
Yeah.
Theo Holtzholm kind of tore his black one apart last night. He's got a fresh 22 tonight. Hopefully we'll see if we can make that all the way through as he swings it back left to Togba.
Right. A little bit of confusion in the backcourt.
You mentioned it as we were speaking before the game, whether or not the Ministros are going to put a little bit of extra pressure. They're essentially in a 3-3 right now.
Right.
Normally we see all 6 defenders flat on the 6-meter line right here. We've almost got them matched up, about 3 people all the way up on that 9-meter line, putting pressure on those backcourt players. You know, putting a little more space on the 6-meter line. That center back, or the circle rather, is going to have to do a good job of navigating through all that space.
Great shot by
right there. Adam Abdamelson had no problem navigating that space on the left side.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, there will be no shutout this evening, so if you would put your money on a goose egg, you're in the losers column. But right now, that was a great shot by number 5, Francisco Muniz Gomez, who received a yellow card warning on the last defensive possession. Kind of makes up for it with his teammates by putting one in the back of the net. 3-1 is our score, just under 26 minutes to play in this first half. New York City making movements to the left. And a great save by number 12, Eric Trejo Acevedo. Good save, my man. Not the tallest goalie, but if you're in the right position, you can do it.
Goodness.
Woo.
Oh, my goodness. If you wanted contact, that was it right there. A charge, a little bit out of control.
About as obvious of a charge as you can get.
My goodness, I was worried for everybody's safety right there. And again, coming right back, a lot more contact, but.
Good shot, good pass. Goal scored by number 25.
Don't stop until you hear the whistle in handball. So some people may have stopped if there was contact right there. But again, the referee is going to play the advantage. Even though there was contact right there, just like last time, there was still an ability to make that extra pass. And that time, Togba was able to get it over to the wing and then come up off that nice right wing shot.
And that's a goal, great goal by Lucas de Lima, who took his time. You know, that's one of the important things when you're on the line, and we saw it last night a couple times when the pivot or the wing gets the ball on that goal area, right facing the keeper. You know, you want to take your time, get the best shot. You could ball fake a little bit, take a couple steps, really gather yourself and set yourself up well. A little bit of a misplay from Ministros, and a goalie throw in leads a counterattack for New York City. Great pass, great defense. Way to get in position.
Oh, boy. I was wondering if they were going to call the 7-meter on that penalty. When he first made the contact, I thought he had heels on the inside of the 6-meter line. We'll see that right here as they bring it around.
You know, from what I've seen.
You see how he kind of cut through right there? I thought that they may have given the 7-meter, but it was a play on. Big foul, great
Nice
catch.
foul.
Great foul, a lot
Good
of
body
contact,
control.
but he kept him under control.
Good
Exactly.
body control.
Good body control on both the offensive and defensive player there.
It's amazing how physical this sport is, but
Wow.
there's still that element of sportsmanship and general.
Nice long strides by Togba right there. Again, it had to take a lot of space right there to get from about 12 meters to 6 meters in 3 big steps right there. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was quite a few strides that young man took, and you know, in another day and age and dimension, I would have done something similar, but I'm also not left-handed nor as explosive. That said, 3-3 is our score. 23 minutes and about 40 seconds remaining. Ministros on the attack.
Looking for this on the right side. Looking for this on the right side. They're able to get it to the right back, but
A
turnover.
fumble. No, foul was called.
Little bailout there by the referee right there. New York is looking to run the other way with it.
Well, to quote the great J. Cole, don't save them if they don't want to be saved.
They don't want to be saved. Don't save them.
Shouts out to North Carolina.
The Ville.
2014 Forest Hills, what are we talking about? Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. Nice attack by number 5, Munoz. Good dish in.
New York walling it up right there.
That's
Make
right.
them start over.
It's good defense and good patience by
Okay.
Ministros.
Contact there now. That contact
right.
certainly
Definitely on his
disrupted
arm.
what happened
That's right. Definitely.
on that pass or shot attempt. Either way, it's going to be Ministros' ball at 9-meter. Pass to play
Pass and
on.
play. There's one pass. He gets 6 receptions.
And then
That's 2.
some of those dribbles are going to count against that pass, so they're not careful. They're bobbling it off the foot.
Dribbling violation is the call. Caught it with 2 hands, dribbled it with 2 hands. There's no pro hop power step like in basketball.
I think he committed about 3 different fouls right there that would have delegated a turnover right there. So it's New York's ball.
That's right. Once again, 3-3 is our score. New York on the attack. Both teams really settling into this attack and into this
Again,
game.
Ministros playing 3-3,
Three
really
high.
extended out here on
Yes,
those
sir.
backcourt positions, which leaves a ton of space in the middle.
What we call risk reward.
If you're not able to get the play disrupted outside, the 6-meter line is going to be wide open with 3 players playing as high as 9 meters right there.
Right,
So, again, risk reward, we talked about it. Ministros are hoping to get about 60% of those work out for them. They know they're going to give up a little bit, but we'll see how much they're able to get going their way the other way on defense.
For sure. The last goal scored by number 4, Antoine Nothias, who did a pretty good job for New York City yesterday, finishing off offensive possessions. Good attack, good foul. Nothing to see here, says the official, so it'll be a common foul. Ball replayed at the 9-meter.
Getting a little bit shovey on the inside. You know New York likes to get kind of chippy when the things get a little bit tight.
Good skip pass.
Long skip pass.
A little bit out of bounds. Yeah, just a little bit inaccurate.
So again, in handball, it's not where your feet are. He held that ball over the end line, which automatically makes a goalie ball.
That's right. It's like soccer. All of the ball over the line means it's a turnover. Good wrap up defensively for Ministros. And New York City will take it out at 9 meters. Here's Antoine. Over to Adam.
All right, Ministros again extending out.
Very high.
As a backcourt player, I really love this. If I can get by the one guy,
The rest of it is cash.
then the rest of it should be cash.
Another great save by Eric Trejo Acevedo.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back, but that's what you want. You got to beat the guy in front of you, and if the man next to him on the top line is not able to help, then you've either got a shot or you've got the circle. You've got to be able to hit one of those right there.
There's going to be a ton of space. Again, what we didn't see a lot from yesterday's game was, pressure, extended defense and such. Yellow card coming for number 11. Togba.
You're going to see a lack of control right here on this contact. As number 21 comes in, hands extended.
Yep, you got
a lot.
You got to control, and if the arms get extended, if you push and think of it locking out your elbows, that is a very dangerous play. Fortunately, it didn't result in anything but a common foul with a yellow. But there's another great goal by number 54, Roger Mancia.
Nice shot right there.
4-4 is our score. Mancia has his second on the day.
NYC playing a little bit faster right now. You've got Togba up there playing the center back position. Yesterday when Beanie was playing, they kept it a little bit slower.
That's right.
Togba pushing up the speed a little bit here at center back position.
All right. The veterans from New York City are allowing their younger players to, get some quality experience here. And, as well, being able to use that one-on-one movement. You know, if you can, like you said it, Scott, if you get past your guy, you know, the defense really has to commit. That back line, those back three have to make a lot happen in order to prevent an easy shot.
Now, that wasn't an easy shot,
But
he was able to get it in. Lucas de Lima, again from Brazil, to the bang on that right wing shot.
Tudo bem.
Shout out Brazil.
Now that was like you said, while it wasn't the easiest of shots, it did allow for the development of the offense, so that he could get a very good look at the goal. Still got to place it well, and he did just that. Now here's Ministros on the attack. What a ball fake. Again, Ministros not the tallest team.
Now, what I'm seeing right here is a little bit more skill from NYC and a little bit more passion and fire from the Ministros.
Off the top crossbar and out. Good shot by Pierre-Yves, but a little bit unfortunate.
At times when NYC has the ball, they're playing as if they feel like they could get it whenever they want it to get it. But with Ministros, they're being a little bit more fiery, using their teammates a little bit more, not so much one-on-one like we're seeing with NYC.
Piggyback on what you said. Actually, we'll keep it G-rated. And shouts out, JD. Ball swinging. 5-4 is our score. New York City with a slight advantage. 18 minutes and change remaining in the first half. A little bit of confusion. It's like Ministros attacks in, but sometimes they don't really have a plan on method. But
they've run a couple of sets where you felt like when they really got it going on one side and swung it around quickly that they had opportunities. But on this possession, again, a lot of one-on-one stuff that we talked about before. Even right there, that was one-on-one. On the other side, the guy had no idea what was happening. Referee's hand in the air, pass of play.
Nice move and a nice shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Quick as all. Daniel Ayala.
Ayala with a nice set shot from below the hip.
That was sweet.
That's hard to find for the goalie.
That was nice, bro. Yeah, you're using the defender as a goalie screen, almost like in hockey. You know, the goalie, it's really tough for him to react once the ball kind of appears from the other side of his own man.
You even see the NYC backup goal on the sideline holding up a fist with his teammate on the floor like, I feel you, that was a tough one. He has to get the next one.
Sorry, Brad.
Ooh, nice pass. Again, that is how you break through that first wall on the top line, make a move toward the goal. You are going to be open or your circle is going to be open. It is literally going to be one or the other.
Pablo Suieca with his first. 6-5 is the score, 16:45 remaining. New York City with a 1-goal advantage here in this final game of the Super Bowl qualifier.
Whoa.
Think about
another extended push right there from Pogba. He's already got 1 yellow card.
Nice shot, great skip pass with a bounce, and makes its way over to number 3, Luis Avalo.
Ministros playing the advantage right there.
6-6 is our score. Referee says you got to wait for the whistle before everyone matriculates down the court. There it is. The ball is thrown in. And now we can continue in this tie game.
Normally you see the officials be a little bit more laxed if there is no serious threat or advantage from a player taking a couple of extra steps over half court right there. But twice now the officials said, let's restart that.
Again, more roving defense and a breakthrough. Good shot. 2 minutes is called on number 54, Roger Mancia.
Hard to see that really tied up in the middle of the floor right there. See what happened here.
So got by him. Maybe they felt he hit him on his arm as he was attacking, but they have given a 7-meter. There's some confusion. The table has called time. As for the officials to come over.
I won't lie, I have a little bit of confusion on that last play to warrant both a 2-minute and a 7-meter penalty. I don't know if we missed a little bit of contact before or after for this 2-minute and 7-minute penalty be called.
We'll all take a look at it.
I mean, there is contact, certainly, but he was certainly on the way down as the contact was made.
And the goal is scored, number 24. And that was the replacement jersey from yesterday. Good old Adam had to slide in. Very well, it is 7-6. New York City with a slight lead early in this game. 15.5 minutes remaining in the first half. A little bit of attack pressure by Ministros. A little bit of a high pressure.
NYC exactly playing at 9 meters right here. Again, a lot of space on the 6 meter line if they break it past. But Ministros playing a man down right here. No circle on the floor. And a turnover.
Threw it right to him.
3
Good
big
hustle.
steps. Oh, great hustle by the
Unkind.
defense. And that chase back by the Ministros right there affected that shot just enough to knock it off the top of the crossbar. Just enough to make him think about it. He didn't have the angle that he wanted as he was running at the goal right there. So unfortunately, off the crossbar, again, another Shapira save.
Shouts out, Ben. Honestly, Scott, that reminds me a little bit of the, that play where LeBron walked down Andre Iguodala. A lot of people think about LeBron getting the block, but it was really J.R. Smith who slowed down Iguodala. Something about a person being around you changes your whole attitude about how you're going to attack and where you're going to attack, and such was the case there.
Ministros sets up the attack top. 1 man down. Again, no circle right here for the Ministros. Pass the play on again. Again, when you're a man down, you don't have a lot of time to mess around. Tugbo with the ball. 2 on 2.
3 on 2.
4 on 2. NYC catching up.
Oh, nobody.
Oh,
great
and again,
save
Ministros getting back on defense just to throw everything off a little bit. That was not an easy break. Again, it was 2 on 2.
Great
and
save.
then 3 on 2, and then 4 on 2. But those 2 guys did just enough to throw it off a little bit. Nice hustle by the Ministros just to hold on.
Those 2 defenders and then the back wall of Leonel Gloria did an outstanding job.
And with that, we're back even, 6-6. What was the count there? Did NYC even get a goal? They had 2 fast break opportunities stonewalled.
Yes, back to back. You're right. And even play, like Scott said, the penalty is over. So both teams back to 6 court players each, and New York with virtually nothing to show for it. From a man advantage. Snap shot, rebound, right back to you. Right back like he left something from the right back, Luis Avallos.
Avallos giving the goalie a little bit of an eye right there. It's like, you may have got me the first time, but the second time was me. Togba to the right wing.
Good pass, good shot, number 25. Lucas De Lima with his second.
Again, it is all to the bang on the right wing for De Lima. Filling it up a little bit right here. I like to see it.
Yes, sir. 8-7 is our score currently. Here's Ministros attacking. Lots of space there, but on the right center in the defense.
Boy, that is a tough shot.
Tough shot, tough
Trying
foul.
to trail that far left to right, trying to go over the big, long arms of Oleg Zotoy.
Yeah.
Big wall defender right there.
Boom.
Nice shot. Upper right-hand corner. That was awesome. Nice shot, Adam.
Good placement. Adam with his second goal of the night. Ministros takes a timeout. 9-7 is our score. 12:24 remaining here in the first half. Well, we've seen a little bit of pressure. Here's some of the highlights from our action so far. This is a replay of Sniper.
Easy money.
That's right.
Let's go.
His range extender is at least gold. Shouts out to my 2K buddies.
I was going to say shout out to the KD. You said sniper. I said easy money.
Easy money sniper.
Shout out to that gold medal for USA basketball.
That's right. Interesting, though. We've seen some extended pressure, and, again, like you said, it's a risk-reward kind of thing. Ministros seems like they are content in, kind of staying with that, at least for now, that kind of 3-3, 4-2 kind of look. When we talk about these things, ladies and gentlemen, the first number is usually the back line. So if, 3-3, there's going to be 3 players along the goal area and then 3 players extended. Sometimes they go 4-2, so 2 players will be out a little bit higher. It's one of those things, the more that you extend off the line, the more that your back line is going to have to be solid. And so you're asking a little bit of a lot from your back 3 or 4 players.
A lot of movement. My favorite defense, kind of when you're trying to add just a little bit of pressure, is normally the 5-1. Now, it's tough on that one guy that's out trying to split the difference between the top 3 backcourt players, but you have a lot more help if you get beat on that back line. I like to go into that 5-1 and do that one defender every once in a while just to get a little bit of that added extra pressure.
Traveling is the call.
Yeah. A lot of shuffling right there.
Yep. New York City looking to capitalize, looking to take a 3-goal advantage in this game. Just under 12 minutes to go until halftime. Here's Adam across the top. There's Togba.
A little bit of pressure. We needed about 3 more inches on his fingertips.
Oh,
have that.
wow.
The
Take the
goalie
time.
had those fingertips on that ball right there. Push it over the inline.
That's right.
Ministros' ball coming back, trying to get a goal right there. Again, they're in that buffer zone that you've been talking about the last couple of days. That 3-goal buffer zone. They're at 2 right now. One would feel a lot better going into the last 10 minutes of the first half.
Exactly. And again, Scott, you can look back to a number of these shots. Obviously, the goalies have done what they can to make good saves, but, when you have number situations, whether it's in a regular offense and you're a man up or you're in a fast break situation, you got a man or 2 up, you've got to convert, period, point blank. A little bit of unluckiness, as far as New York goes, but Ministros is here knocking on the door still 11 minutes.
What I didn't like from Garcia, number 2 right there, is like as he made that cross across the court, didn't feel like he was ever a threat to score. NYC didn't feel like that either, so they were ready to play defense on the next guy. Right here, he takes the shot.
Ball is deflected.
He says, I hear you. I'm going at goal. They're going to respect my jump shot right here.
Corner throw in.
See if he goes at it again.
A
Nice move.
Nice.
Hey, he hears me. I see you. Be a threat. When you are a threat, that makes the defense respect you, and that helps your other teammates. That's great. Nice shot right there by Joel Garcia.
Nice swim move setting up here. And a bucket. Ale, says Pierre-Yves Cordet, his first goal. He came in and was quite a energy boost to the New York City team yesterday. Finishing off some of the fast breaks when they kind of needed to have some more of those happen. He was able to break down court, really get his shot against the goalkeeper. So I'm sure New York City's looking for a lot more of that today.
Another shove. He's out 2 minutes.
You said it, Scott. You were ahead of it already. That's more or less a second yellow, which merits a 2-minute for Togba Abubakar.
Togba's been extending his arms every time you see Beanie on the sideline and saying, like, we all saw it. We're not arguing. Please go sit down at the end of the bench. We'll talk about whether or not you're going to be the guy that goes in after 2 minutes.
Here's Ministros down 2 with a man advantage on the court. Move the ball. They're out of people.
Again, NYC playing down and man Garcia out of control.
Foul call.
Oh, boy, again, a little bit of a bailout.
That's right. Ministros in this situation is going to want to go get the ball. You want to maximize your efficiency during a man-up situation, and sometimes you just, people get confused, want to communicate. Meanwhile, the ball is rolling away, and your advantage is disappearing. So here they are, still on the attack.
Passive play. You don't see a passive play happen a lot when you're the one that's a man up.
That's
the officials are tired of this possession.
Penalty is called. Defense inside the 6 meters. Penalty shot. Actually wasn't a bad play that he made. I didn't really see the defense, what the defense did, but, the attack was good. Made a nice pass to the wing, but it didn't.
Oh, boy.
He's going to want that one back.
Out the door.
Yeah.
We're all looking for it back. We're going to need another ball after that.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to have
Stickum
grass,
gets you that sand
dirt.
trap.
There's going to be some lollipop sticks on that
Seen a lot
thing.
of mallard geese outside to the bang.
Right. Some Cheeto dust.
Talking to De Lima over here on the sideline. He's having a good game over here on the right wing.
Here's the pass. That was an outstanding attack, and the defender was just inside, and you kind of got to call that, especially if he actually makes contact. Again, you're not encouraged to play inside, but if you get pushed in, maybe by the pivot or so, they'll give you an opportunity to get back out, but you cannot make contact from within. And I guess the referee felt that was the case. Here comes a large extended pressure. They're playing basically man-to-man pressure as a man up.
I like it again. They just want to win more than they lose right here. This might be a loss. Oh,
big
it's not.
Save, bruh.
Again, Gloria with the big save for Ministros.
Big wow.
And delivering on the other side. Noe Trevino. Nice shot. Nice play. Nice possession. Nice sequence of events for the Ministros.
I think that's Manelik Martinez. Noe rolled his ankle pretty severely in the last game. 9-10 is our score. Here's more pressure again. This is what I was thinking when San Fran and Ministros were playing. Find out if they can ball handle, and with the way that the goalies are playing for Ministros right now, I can't get the words out of my mouth.
And then again, another big save.
Another break opportunity. Send it to your pivot. He's right there. Alley, it would have been 2 goals in beach handball.
Way to represent that 23 right there. Nice pose in the air. What a shot from Avalos right there on the catch and delivery.
And that was a great pass to set him up as well. 10-10 is our score. And, you know, Ministros seems to be playing very inspired defense. Their goalies are creating a heck of a wall back there. Former President Donald Trump might be jealous of the wall they're building in the back.
Goodness. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. Scores tied, 10-10. Exciting play right here. Oh, my goodness. Good contact. Nice control again.
Try to hold him up.
That's right. Going to keep everybody safe, but still play strong and physical is what you're seeing right now, that defensive possession.
That's right.
Thrown away.
Wanted a little bit more calf muscle. And turnover goes straight to the goalie. And here's Ministros, 10-10, just under 7 minutes on the attack. This, so far, is looking like a heck of a game.
You see Oleg Zotoy telling his partners a little bit too high, even for my long reach.
Exactly. I know they're little, but
well, I'm only going to jump so high, so I got about 8.5 feet range right here for you, so
right.
you got to hit that.
That's right. So extended pressure by New York City on the right side. Boom!
Oh, my goodness.
Good shot, good save.
And ball out the window again. It's going to be a timeout for NYC right here.
6 minutes and 28 seconds left until halftime. Here's a little bit of the action. Great save.
Big save. He would call that an easy save.
Yeah.
He was ready to swallow that one whole.
If you can put your arms straight up and not move them, that is a gift save. So Ministros has done a pretty good job shooting from the right side. I don't really think, and you feel free to correct me, Scott, I don't remember seeing left-handers on that side. So for them to be as relatively efficient as they've been from the right side says a lot about their ability to shoot. And, you know, again, their chemistry with each other is starting to show fairly decent.
And sometimes it takes a little bit of an adjustment for a goalkeeper to realize where the ball is coming from. I know as a defender, one of the first things you have to ask yourself is, what's the dominant hand of the person in front of me? Now, some people, awesome with both hands, and I wish I was like that. I'm a strong right-handed player, and somebody would look at me and say, I got to protect against the right hand. Goalies are the same way, because when you go up with the right hand, it's a very, very different angle as opposed to somebody that's going up with that left-handed shot. So even sometimes the goalies just kind of have to adjust to that as the game progresses.
As well, Scott, and, you know, for some of us, it's almost like baseball. You know, pitchers, you know, are going to be right-handed or left-handed, but also you got to figure out where their arm slot is, right? Are they throwing directly over the top? Are they throwing more from the side, you know, down low? So, yeah, a few different things, a few different adjustments you have to account for. And as a goalie, it's really tough to pick up some of those balls, especially late if they're using the defender as a screen. Here's New York City on the attack, swinging the ball. Right to left.
All leaving here, 6'6". Pierre bringing it over from the left wing.
Pass, Raphael looked to slip it back into the pivot. Nothing
Pierre
there.
was not looking to be slid back to right there. He was waiting for the action to happen on the left side.
Good pass, and bucket. Shot for the middle arm slot. Number 21, Daniel Ayala, his third on the game.
Amazing shot and amazing secondary break. It wasn't there right away, but they kept moving the ball and then got the nice left wing shot.
Ministros has taken their first lead since early in the contest. It is 11-10. Home save, though.
This comeback right here. Ministros extended that defense again.
Really high pressure. Taking Adam out of the play, making the right back play underneath.
Wow.
Off the post and in by big at number 3, Oleg Zotoy. His first. Here's Ministros again on the attack. 11-11 is the score. Whew. Thank God for Stickum, right?
That's right. Held on to that ball, kept it in bounds.
Good attack. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Could have let that one in. Could have let that one in. I would have been looking. I was like, that would be another sport would have said and one.
Right.
Okay. I don't want to count that, but not this time.
Looked like he was smiling a bit like, yeah, I did that. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. 11-11 is our score. Ooh, up around the neck. That's going to be at least 2 minutes.
He's going to ask for that goal again.
That's right. Goal disallowed, but a 2 minute.
At what point do you allow that goal to happen? I mean, he's got his hands around his throat. He takes 3 steps and throws it in the back of the neck. I was like, can I take the 2 minutes and go the other way with the goal?
Right, and the 2 minute penalty is on Antoine Notias, number 4. That is his first 2 minute of the contest, the second for New York City. Good pass, and the fluff.
Ayala really throwing it in well right there from the left wing. Last time he saw him take that hard shot, like you said, from that middle arm position. This time he put it there like he was ready to take another strong rip.
Goalie was ready.
Lofted it right over his head, no problem.
Right.
Good shot.
The goalie guessing.
Ministros again extended out.
Good pass. Good
And another
save.
big save by Gloria and a goal for
It's a
Ministros.
counterattack. 6 versus 5. One more to the wing. No. Oh, ball fake.
Nice ball
Oh,
Froze
man.
Oleg.
Ew.
Frozen.
That was
Oleg.
an outstanding ball fake by number 24. I'm sorry, number 54.
That would be the snowman from Frozen. Oleg, is that correct? I mean, he was frozen.
That's
by
21. Juan Ibarra.
Olav, excuse me.
There you go.
Well, if we had an off-brand sequel, Oleg was the frozen snowman off of that ball fake right there.
Nice attack. Little deflection. Unfortunate for the goalie, but obviously very fortunate for New York City as Togba notches his second. 13-12 is our score.
Nice ball fake. He didn't quite get in.
There's a lefty. Ew. Threw him a screwball. I love it.
Change up on him. Change up.
A little slider action. Number 24, Juan Ibarra, with his second in a row. 14-12 is the score. Ministros with the lead. Again, pressure all over the place. Small passing between. Maybe a pick here. No. Showed the pick. Fell to the ground. Turnover. 2-on-1.
How are they able to maintain it?
Ooh.
But trying to keep something alive.
And deposited into the upper right 90 by number 5.
What a swing here at the end of the first half. It wasn't that long ago the Ministros were down by 2 or 3.
And now
we
they're
talked about that buffer zone, and now they're up by 2 or 3.
Sir.
Feeling completely different.
Quite a momentum
2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
This extended pressure has started to give New York City more trouble, but there's Togba saying, give me all of the pressure you need. I will stride around. And that is his third of this contest. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. 15-13 is our score. Ministros feeling a little bit of momentum in this moment. We'll see how this organizes itself. They're spread pretty much out. Left wing. Oh my goodness. Oh my
gosh. He's frozen.
Wow. 2K.
He's
that's
asking for a travel, but no, sir.
ankle breaker on gold right there.
Oh my goodness, that was an amazing move. Change of direction. Adam trying to come back and get some redemption for his teammate on the other side, but no redemption to be had.
That's right. That's right. Good pass. Oh, you are the last man. That was a great thought. That was an absolute great thought, but just a little bit unfortunate for Joel. Adame. 1 minute, 35 seconds and counting. Down to a minute and a half. 16-13. But Ministros with the lead.
Still a tight game right here.
Yep.
NYC trying to get one more goal. You see pressure again on
pressure.
Adams.
Big attack. Nice defense. Good attack. Defense was inside 6, but the referee felt that the defender was pushed in. Thus, no penalty shot.
Let's see how NYC handles this. Again, a lot of pressure from Ministros.
These final 60-plus seconds is going to be very important for New York City and their momentum going into the second half. One more to the wing, and it's in. And there it is.
Lucas again from the right
Lucas
wing.
de Lima. He's filling it up. He's got 4. 14-16 is the score. 45 seconds remaining in the first half.
NYC wants one more stop, one more goal to make this a one-goal game. Ministros trying to push that tilt the other way, trying to go up by 3.
Right.
Somebody's coming away with one more goal. Let's see who it is.
Ministros taking their time building the attack. The officials paying attention. Nice ball fake. Slight deflection. Watching for a passive call.
There
Not
it is.
needed. Number 24, Juan Ibarra.
NYC with 15 seconds. They're going to try to run it up quick and get that goal back before halftime.
Good attack.
You want to wrap up everything, but you want to keep it under control.
Out of control. Number 23, Luis Avalos, his first 2 minutes, and that will extend into the second half. There are 9 seconds remaining. New York City is going to look to capitalize. 17-14, 3-goal game. Here's the attack. Good save once again.
Another big save by Gloria, and again, that one goal that I talked about was scored by Ministros, making it a 3-goal game. NYC would have loved to have closed it to just 1 going into the halftime, but nonetheless, it is now 17-14. Ministros up.
This is a heck of a game, a great contest, folks. We have a intermission, 15 minutes or so. We'll come back just before the start of the second half to fill you in on some of the stats and some of the information from our first half. Thank you once again for joining us here. Centerville Junior High School, Fremont, California, right in the Bay. 14, New York City. 17, Club Ministros. Got his ankle rolled. Outstanding pass, one more. Great setup in cash with a post. City. I mean, again, these are things that kind of make themselves evident as we talk about it sometimes. Big advantage on the left side. Boom.
And again.
Yes, Seg, you're in the losers column. But right now, that was a great shot by number 5, Francisco Muniz.
My goodness, I was worried for everybody's safety right there. And again, coming right back, a lot more contact, but
good shot, good pass.
They control on both the offensive and defensive player there.
It's amazing how physical this sport is, but there's still that element of this game.
Ministros playing 3-3, really
high.
Extended out here on those backcourt positions, which leaves a ton of space in the Ministros, again, extending out.
Very high.
As a backcourt player, I really love this. If I can get by the one guy,
the rest of it is cash.
Then the rest of
your elbows. That is a very dangerous play. Fortunately, it didn't result in anything but a common. That back line, those back three have to make a lot happen in order to prevent an easy shot.
Now that one right there, that was one-on-one. On the other side, the guy had no idea what was happening. Referee's hand in the air, pass of play.
Nice move and a nice
shot.
Oh my goodness. Final game of the Super Bowl qualifier.
Whoa.
Think about
another extended push right there from Tugba. He's already got one yellow. I mean, there is contact, certainly, but he was certainly on the way down as the contact was made. With the ball, 2-on-2,
3-on-2,
4-on-2, NYC catching up.
Oh, nobody.
Oh,
great
again,
save. New York with virtually nothing to show for it from a man advantage. Snap shot, rebound, right back to you, right back.
There was like, you may have got me the first time, but the second time was me. Tugba to the right wing.
Good pass, good.
Long arms of Oleg Zotoy.
Yeah.
Big wall defender right there.
Boom.
Nice shot up. Little bit of pressure. We needed about 3 more inches on his fingertip.
Oh,
have that.
Wow.
The goalie shot right here.
Corner throw in.
See if he goes at it again.
Nice
move.
Nice.
Hey, he hears me. That's great. Nice shot right there by Joel Garcia.
Nice swim move setting up here. And a bucket. Ale says up.
I like it again. They just want to win more than they lose right here. This might be a loss. Oh,
big
it's not.
Save.
Not.
Big save, bruh.
Again, Gloria with the big save for Ministros.
Big. Wow.
And then again, another big save.
Another break opportunity. Send it to your pivot. He's right there. Elliott
Wow.
would have been 2 goals.
Wow. Got to hit that.
That's right. So extended pressure by New York City on the right side. Boom.
Oh, my goodness.
Good shot. Good.
I was waiting for the action to happen on the left side.
Good pass. And bucket. Shot from the middle. First 2 minutes of the contest. The second for New York City. Good pass. And the fluff.
Ministros again extended out.
Good pass. Good
And another
save.
big save by
6 versus 5. One more to the wing. No. Oh, ball fake.
Nice ball
Oh,
Oleg was the frozen snowman off of that ball fake right there.
nice attack. Little deflection. Unfortunate for the goalie, but 13-12 was our score.
Nice ball fake. He didn't quite get it.
There's a lefty. Ooh. Threw him a ground turnover. 2-on-1.
How are they able to maintain it? Pogba trying to keep something alive.
And it deposited in
2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
This extended pressure has started to give New York City more trouble, but there's Pogba saying they're spread pretty much out. Left wing. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. He is frozen.
Going into the second half. One more to the wing. And it's in. And there it is.
Lucas again from the right.
Slight deflection. Watching for a passive call.
There
Not
it is.
needed. Number 24. ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here for the second half, the final half of this outstanding competition for the Super Glow qualifier of the IHF. San Francisco Cal Heat have already advanced, but that does not mean that this contest is not without its own merits. Scoring leaders for Ministros, number 4, Daniel Ayala, as well as number 23 and number 24, Roger Macia and Juan Ibarra with 3 each, and pacing the way for NYC, Lucas De Lima with 4 and Abubakar Togba with 3. Scott, what are we really looking for in the second half?
I'm hoping for more of the same. So far, one of the most competitive games we've seen as far as like the combination of talent, skill, and just drive versus each other are been exciting to see so far.
That's right.
So if we can see some more of that, I'd be happy. Right now, Ministros going in with a 3-goal lead.
That's right.
We'll see what NYC is able to do. They were not expecting to leave this tournament with no wins.
Here's a goal by number 19, Vlado Bisvic, his first. And the interesting thing that I noticed coming out of the half is that New York City has brought in a couple more of their veteran players. So we'll see how the Ministros team adjusts. Apparently, they didn't want to have much to do with Vlado there.
Ivan Ijanovic in the goal now for NYC.
Man, it's real now, boy. Ivan has come to play.
Again, you're going to see him swallow some stuff up right there, right away.
A 2-minute call on number 50, Vlad Oansea. His first 2 minutes of the contest.
Seemed like a little bit of extra contact for little or no reason, in my opinion.
For sure.
Kind of want to let that one go, and now you're down a man to start off the second half.
17-15 is the score. Vlado, strong as a bull. I've had that arm draped across me like a pageant sash, and it is definitely not as delicate.
Here it goes again.
Pageant sash. He's like, if you're going to get past me, I will move you back in front of me. Don't worry.
He's taking up a lot of space in the middle of that defense.
Yes,
the sole 3 defender with NYC only having 5 defenders along that 6-meter line this time.
All right, so Vlado playing that 3 spot. His job really is to just put pause on people and create chaos, and that's effectively what he's done as New York City gets a very needed turnover while a man down.
They're pushing it.
Again, there's Vlado.
And a 7-meter penalty there. Again, clear scoring opportunity, not only interrupted, but possibly coming from inside that 6-meter line right there. But he clearly had that ball turned on the goal and then got contacted. We'll see it here.
Here's Luis has queued up a great replay for us. Vlado, a little bit of contact. Ooh, fire throw. Very good by Kiselan. His second of the contest. Rocking that late career Kobe number 24. Good deflection. Oh, that's one of those unfortunate scenarios. Great shot all the same.
Goalie's always going to ask for his defenders to have their hands up. Normally get a better result than that, but that time is just able to trickle in off the fingertips of the NYC wall.
Yep. All right, extended pressure out top. Kind of man marking, if you will. Whew.
Good. Big shot, but a quick shot, a man down. Again, you like to see the ball swing around a couple of times before you go up for that shot.
That's right.
That's going to give the Ministros one more opportunity to man up before NYC is able to even it up. And
there it is.
Being a man down right there costs them. Right as their 6th player comes back on the floor. Again, just enough time for the Ministros to get that 1-goal man-up advantage.
Goal scored by numero 10. It's Fabian Hernandez.
And now again, we've got a 6-on-6 game, all even on the floor.
19-16 is the count right now. Ministros holding on to a 3-goal lead. Extended pressure. Ooh, looking for that user pick, that Y button for the Xbox kids, the triangle for the PS kids. Ooh, great shot.
That was the B button, I believe. That was the shoot. Shoot it. Number 8, Swieka, with a strong shot coming on the right back side.
Ministros looking to counter. Great foul by Togba, Abubakar. Ball played in from the left side. Subtle movements. Over to the right, Abalos. Ibarra. Mancia to Ibarra. Back to Mancia. Ibarra. Ball fake.
Big ball fake. Ivan was ready for it as it came down on the right-hand low side of that goal. NYC pushing the pace now. Togba.
Huge attack by Togba. He's looks like he's compromised one of the Ministros.
A lot of contact again, let go. Ministros coming back. Togba's okay. He laid there long enough just to get back on defense and try it again.
Ooh,
what a slip.
Nice
what
pass.
Movement on the 6-meter line.
That's right. That was a great play.
Mancia slipping down on the 6-meter line. Defense, all eyes at the 9-meter where the ball was. He slipped right behind him. He was wide open for an easy 6-meter shot from the circle position.
Great goal. 20-17 is our contest. 25 minutes remaining in the game. Here's New York City on the attack. A little bit sloppy, but nothing of major concern. 2 steps and a pull. Rebound and a goal by number 50, Vlad Onsea. His first goal. 24-45 remaining. 20-18. Ministros with the lead.
Game. Ministros throwing it away.
Turnover.
NYC again. Moderately pushing the pace right here. Looking for a secondary break right here. Contact at 12.
Steps is the call.
Many steps. Again, NYC trying to push on a little secondary break, but out of control and turning the ball over. Nowhere to go in that one-on-one attack.
That's right. Sometimes it's better to just have the possession, and that's kind of what New York City was doing yesterday. You know, they didn't really push a lot. They really wanted to just kind of take their time, you know, get the possessions that they wanted, you know, and work the offense that they wanted. But you got to have a little bit of both. You know, take the opportunities that you can under control, and if it's not there, go ahead and get yourself an offense in the half court. Skip pass, unintentional, but worked out all the same. Ibarra at the top with a swim. Ball movement here from the right side. Good skip pass all the way across.
A lot of passes, nothing coming from it. The passes are not terrible, but they're just going to somebody that's not really ready to do anything with it on the opposite side of the court.
Passive play is the call. Officials with their hands up. Vlado with the block, a corner.
Passive play
remains.
still on.
About 4 passes remaining, now 3. Good foul.
We're going to get 2 passes out of this. One.
Ooh. Protect your interest.
Ministros still on the inside of 9 meters right there, so that throw-in officially didn't actually count. They're going to reset it. I'm thinking no more than 2 passes. That's why you saw that quick shot. So, again, NYC going to wall up here on the right side. It's going to be a quick shot, and it's blocked.
Good block by Vlado. Got his hands extended and a piece of it. Foul from behind. New York City retains possession. 20-18 is the score. 23 minutes, just under 23 minutes remaining in the contest. New York City looking to really chip into this. Again, here we are, that 3-goal cushion barrier thing. You know, what will New York be able to do to, you know, break inside of that? They're inside it now. Will they apply more pressure by scoring here? Back using the pivot. Now moving to the right side.
Not great spacing by NYC right there. A lot of people filling the same lane trying to make an attack.
Making it easier for the defense to just be in one spot. Good deflection. Run out. Nope. Nice pass there. Ooh, the spin. A little bit too much juice on it.
NYC is going to have to do a better job organizing their attack right there. They've got scores out there. I feel like all the backcourt players are capable of making something happen right here. But again, a lot of one-on-one attack. Here's a nice cross.
Ooh, good. They're looking for that slip.
defense.
They're looking for that slip now. Here's Togba trying to pursue. Big save.
Ivan is one of the best goalies I've ever seen with his feet, unable to get that low shot to the left-hand side of the goal right there.
Goal scored by number 21, Daniel Ayala.
Nice save on the initial break right there for NYC, but unfortunately the rebound going right back out live to the Ministros, and they're able to bury it in the back of the net.
I'm taken back to the Wonder Years theme song by Joe Cocker for poor Ivan right there. A little help from my friends.
Oh, my goodness.
The Beatles, you know, just a little help from our friends.
Oh, Winnie.
Oh, man. Winnie Cooper, Brett.
Man.
Great shot once again by Vlad Onsea. His second of the contest, 21-19. 21-19 was the time when I said 21-19. 21-21.
21-21.
How many shots you got? A lot. Whoa, he's pulled his pants down. Oh, boy. Hey, wow. Whoa. That's, hey, don't just cry.
A lot going
That's
on right
interesting.
there.
Wow.
For Vladimir Bichvich.
Bruh.
Again, it was, and again, you'll see no argument, no complaint from the NYC bench.
Yeah, everybody knew.
I don't think I saw a single NYC person make eye contact with Vlad as he walked towards the bench right there. They're like, oh, you good.
All right, here's the attack coming from the right side of Balo. Even. Woo!
Yeah, arms extended right there. May have asked for a yellow, but again, we're kind of deep in the game for yellow penalties right there.
That's right.
Maybe a 2 minute, maybe a 7 meter, but as it stands, another 9 meter throw in.
It's going to look
trying to extend the lead here.
It's going to look a lot less egregious if the other defender slides over to help. Right? If the other defender, number 11 in this case, Togba, comes over to assist, it doesn't look as sketchy and dangerous.
Wow.
Great burst in
What
the
a
attack.
move. Woo! Speed burst.
Senor.
Right trigger, let's go.
Senor Ayala, you are here, sir. I have seen you. You are performing. He has got unofficially 6 goals in this contest. 22-19, back to a 3-goal.
Defense again extended by the Ministros. They're trying to take number 8, Sveka, out of the game.
Just under 20 minutes remaining. Really trying to take away that middle. They've noticed that New York City likes to play through the middle and through their pivot, and they've made adjustments to deflect passes to the pivot as well as kind of clog things in the middle.
Passive play got to be coming soon.
One would think. Yep, there it is. All right. Passive's on. Draw. Lefty. And in. Great pass. Great shot by number 30, Rafael Santos. Here we are, folks. 19 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. 22-20 is our count. Ministros holding on to a 2-goal lead.
Again, a lot of trading of goals so far in the second half. Nobody really separating themselves from the Ministros. NYC not able to close this to a 1 or even tie goal game.
That's right.
Plenty of time right here for either team to separate themselves or take back over, so we'll see what happens.
That's right. Hernandez will receive the pass from Hernandez. Of course, it would have to be. Ball movement playing from the left side. Here to the center, now back. Heavy loading from the left side. Ibarra, ball fake down, shot high, save.
Not a big threat right there on that left-handed fake.
Great pass and a great finish. Good look. That's how you work a
Lucas
break.
again.
Lucas with the lid off.
Again from the right side to the bang.
His 5th goal unofficially. But that was, pretty much what you would want on a fast break. Outlet from the goalie, reception, no dribble, direct pass to the opposite side, buried in the back of the goal. 1-goal game, 18 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. Ministros with a 1-goal advantage, 22-21.
Nice move.
It sure was.
Nice move.
Hernandez, we like it. That was a great move. Way to kind of give the ball and take the ball away, right?
Vlad unable to move his feet right there.
That's right.
Again, we expect a lot of quick pace from the Ministros, and there's NYC quickly coming back again.
Rafa Santos with another.
Got an all Brazilian right side for NYC right now.
All right, the referee calls everyone back. Make sure everyone more or less in line.
1-goal game.
Once again.
You hear Ivan over there. He's trying to pump his defense up. One more stop, 1 more goal, tie game.
That's right.
Ministros going to pick up the pace right here. They're going to start it on the right side. Trying to create the advantage.
Oh, skip pass directly to the defender, Pierre-Yves, on the leak out. Dribble, 2-step. Bang. Numero 2.
And just like that, a tie game. Ministros getting a little bit sloppy with the ball.
Right.
That's always what happens in these games. It's when the turnovers start happening.
That's right.
When the game is a little bit at a slower pace, it's kind of hard to make that comeback happen because that trading of goals is what happened. But you get a few fast goals, quick goals on turnovers and fast break, and then all of a sudden it's tied up 23.
You're right.
23.
You're right, Scott. And at this level with these, teams, it's really almost more about who can capitalize off the other's mistakes as much as it is who can execute. Dumped into the pivot and goal. Scored by number 10.
Sit and spin.
Fabian Hernandez.
On the circle right there.
That's right.
Again, The referee's going to have to pull this team back a little bit. You have to be behind the half-court line before that initial throw-in takes place. So the last 2 times after goals, the referees have said, guys, got to bring it back over half-court before you get that throw-in going. You want to find the cheat. You can be running full speed. It's like the Arena Football League. You can be running towards the line of scrimmage as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage whenever the ball is set.
Great jump shot by Pavel Swieka. He's got 3 officially in this game. 24-24, we are tied with 15 3/4 minutes remaining.
Muniz with it on the right back side.
That's right.
Again, as we have the circle set up on the left-hand side, we're going to see them try to make that advantage over there. Blaze going to come back to the left side.
Wing.
NYC staying strong on the right-hand defense right there.
Good hang, good dish, nothing to show, but the move continues. Good attack.
NYC begging for steps.
Goal is counted by number 5, Francisco Muniz Gomez.
Goal is good.
Nice goal indeed.
Goal is good, but in sync. That was a literal in sync moment where you saw everybody on the NYC making that traveling sign at the exact same time. I thought there was a lot of steps taken right there. Maybe a foul given with those steps, but the referee said it was all good, and it is now 25-24.
You know, Scott, you triggered my pop culture thing. When you said in sync, I was thinking, ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Here's New York City on the attack, 25-24. Ministros with the lead, just under 15 minutes remaining. First down.
Nice fluff. Swieka on the right side.
Cheeky, he scored the last 2 for New York City. 25-25 is the count, 14-35 remaining. Sloppy. As long as it doesn't hit the equipment, we're fine and we're good over here. Ball's thrown in on the sideline.
NYC has has brought the game back to take away that 2 or 3 goal lead that Ministros have had throughout the second half right here. 14-19 to go, and it is a tie game. Now, this is a consolation game, but I knew there was going to be a lot of pride on the line, and that's what we've seen so far. As we see Swieka just loft it over the top again. As you mentioned earlier, that shorter goalkeeper going to be a little bit harder to reach that high, especially as he was chasing out as if to stop that hard shot, and then all of a sudden he just floated right over the top and into the backhand corner of the net. Easy shot right there for Swieka.
All right, a lot of times with the more diminutive keepers, you know, they will kind of pursue out a little bit so as to close the angle from the shooting arm. And a lot of times if you can, you know, beat them once with a regular shot, they creep out. They're a little bit vulnerable on the backside, as we saw. So some great plays so far. New York City has really tightened the screws, as it were, against Club Ministros. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, a little bit more fast breaking from both teams at this point. You know, it's such a contentious game, but then again, you know, in these games, the possessions really are the most valuable. So, you know, we'll see who really values their possessions the most and does the most with them.
All even, I believe, on the floor right now, 6-on-6. I think NYC has gotten their man back. No, it looks like there's still a man down coming out of this timeout.
Yep.
Going to go without a circle.
That's right. No pivoting. And it's 5 across.
And here comes the Ministros going to extend that defense again. You got to make the stop and be ready to help. Both things need to happen right here for the Ministros. Again, that's not a bad shot that you might want to push them down towards the wing going away from the goal, but Dogba's got it up top now. A lot of contact. That is definitely going to be a 2-minute penalty.
Without question.
For Luis Avalos.
Wrapped up from behind.
Held on to him. The official saying he walked him into 6-meter line and dropped him from his neck side. We'll see it right here.
A slow dance.
Let him go. Anything above the shoulders. It doesn't even have to be a lot of contact. If anything happens above the shoulders, most of the time you're going to see the official give the 2-minute penalty.
So the 2-minute is on Luis Avalos. That is his second. The next 2-minute that he receives will result in his disqualification and a red card for the game. So he's going to have to be careful about that. It's like having that 4th foul in college basketball, the 5th in the pros. Good save, good shot.
Nice shot, nice defense just to get their hands up and just make it a little bit more difficult.
Tougher.
And that allows the goalie to kind of see where that angle is going. He was able to swallow it up as he went top left on the shot.
That's right. Like you said, Scott, just having that extra little bit of arm attention, kind of takes away the angle and, really makes the shooter think a little bit more about where he's placing his shot. Pass to the left wing, up and in with the sidearm shot. Outstanding goal by number 2, Joel Garcia.
Amazing shot from the left wing. Ministros got the lead back here, up 1 with about 13 minutes to go. Suyeka, a lot of steps moving right, and then Thogba's got in the middle. This
charge is the call on Vlado.
Circle was not really ready for the ball right there as he tried to grab it. He just kind of twisted strong with that shoulder. And the official gave the charge, and we're going the other way to Ministros now.
The defenders did a great job to get themselves into the right position for that, So good job by them. 26-25 with 12.5 minutes remaining in the contest. 1-goal game.
Wing running through. Nobody touches him.
Oh,
wow.
He got touched. And Vlado will sit.
And that is going to be a second 2-minute penalty.
It's a little bit obvious right there. You can't.
No hip checks.
That is.
You'll see as the wing player sneaks down behind everybody. Vlad sees it. Up. Whoops.
Bruh.
Oh, me? Yes.
We saw Vlado last night with the right thumbstick attack, taking out effectively 2 guys at the same time. A red card is issued, and Vlado will have to leave the bench.
Unnecessary dangerous play, says the official right there.
Yeah, that's tough.
He said he just moved. You feel like you moved your hip into him. The referee's going to give that 2-minute penalty. Unfortunate play for Vlad right there. He'll have a seat on the audience side for the rest of this game. 12.5 minutes to go. NYC down 1, missing one of their biggest defenders in the middle of the defense. Right. Suyeka now playing that middle 3 defender as NYC is down a man for the next 2 minutes.
Good attack.
Nice move.
Nice
Didn't use the result, though.
Right. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, Scott, I really think that, Vlado's disqualification from this game is going to mean a lot for both teams, just not in the same direction. Because when Vlado came in the second half, he really clamped down a lot of stuff right there going through the middle. And New York City's going to have to find another kind of lockdown guy, a real hitter, a real chaos maker in the middle to really slow down, what the Ministros are doing. We're under 12 minutes. Ministros holding on to a 1-goal lead. Big crosses out top.
Not a great pass, but a lot of space now.
If you fly off the line, you can and often will get beaten. And Francisco Muniz Gomez is the beneficiary of a great pass. 27-25 is the score. New York City with possession. Just over 11 minutes remaining in the contest. New York's down 2, looking to make something happen. It's Adam back out. They've applied a shadow, a one-on-one defense with him and Togba.
NYC trying to kill this penalty right here. They're not going to get a bunch of passes after this. You're going to see those hands go up to the officials soon.
For too long. They're really taking out the backcourts, forcing the pivot to play. There's another sloppy now.
And pass play is on.
That's right.
A lot of dribbles, a lot of steps. This is the last little possession right here.
Yep. A little bit sloppy.
You're not going to get much more than maybe 1 pass.
Yeah, at 2 at the most, I would think, at this point.
Straight shot. He's not even going to try to take that first pass.
To a corner. The stall is still on because the ball did not make it to the keeper. 3 seconds. You got to pass it. You got to shoot it. That's it. They made too many passes, needed to shoot. They didn't shoot. You get 6 receptions before you have to take a shot, or it's going to be a turnover, and that's exactly what we saw. Again, the ball did not get to the goalkeeper, so that, shot count, as it were, never really reset. Again, a shot clock would be awesome, but who am I? Just an American.
Sloppy passes from the Ministros right now. They're still up by 2.
Oh, boy,
up around the neck again.
He ducked, though. They said he ducked. They said he's ducked, and he's already small. I think they're arguing the same point.
They are.
Aggressively agreeing.
He is on your side, Suyeka. Again, anything shoulders and up, Adam's apple is off the table today.
Yes, movement. Oh, good job by the New York City defense to
move their feet. Again, side to side, wall up.
That's right.
Good big ball fake, great defense.
Attack by Ibarra.
Adam Adamson really holding on right there.
That's right.
Playing that 3 defender. Again, that's the defender. Those 2 guys in the middle, they're going to get so much of the action. They've got to be ready to stop the ball.
When we talk about the 3 defender, we're talking about the position from the wings in. So if you're a wing defender, you're the 1, then the 2, and the 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So that 3-3 box, those 2 guys have to be in excellent communication because the pivot is coming through there a lot. And obviously this Ministros team, really agile, really strong through the middle. There's Adam.
Nice move, a lot of steps.
Really awkward takedown. Nothing to be seen.
I saw something.
Well, we saw a lot, but apparently nothing to be called. And that is the hinging factor. 8 1/2 minutes remaining. Ministros hanging on to a 2-goal lead here. Again, applying kind of a man-to-man look on the outside, really marking up Togba, forcing New York City to utilize their pivot.
Great defense.
Right. 2 minutes is called, probably for a jersey grab. Yeah. I saw a little bit of a forearm shiva, as my coach Eustace used to say back in football in high school. That said,
now, given the way this possession is going so far, I might not have called that a 2-minute penalty at the beginning of the possession, but there's been a lot of extra contact by the Ministros as Adam throws it in over the top. So, again, not really mad at that 2-minute penalty as the NYC Team Handball Club brings it back within 1 with 8 minutes to go.
27-26 is our score. Ministros still holding on to a 1-goal lead, under 8 minutes remaining. This is where the game is really going to tighten up. This is where you can see a lot of things get chippy, get really contentious, as the good SAT word.
Study prep. Let's see who's ready.
Ooh, all fake.
Oh, boy.
Defense out of position. The help defender was not there. The goal is scored.
A lot of contact from behind. Luis Avalos saying, I got the goal, but he pushed me in the back.
Right.
So, again, getting chippy, as you mentioned.
Sir. There it is. Referee has to tell the pivot and the pivot defender. He's talking to the bench. He gives a yellow to the bench.
For too many words, too much talking.
So a bench yellow is called. Effectively nothing, just kind of a slap on the wrist. Hey, do better. But the next time, you will be assessed a penalty, and somebody from the court will have to take a seat. So. And sometimes it's almost like taking a technical in basketball. You know, the coach will utilize that to kind of pump the team up or, kind of show his guys that he's advocating for them to the referees.
Big possession for NYC right here, up a man, but down two goals.
They've got to maximize this 2-minute penalty situation. Great rhombus attack by Pogba.
Amazing shot right there. Again, they got the best out of what didn't seem like there was a whole lot going on right there. Ball a little bit wet.
Twisted and contorted, got himself set up in a great spot for a good shot. Here's a little bit of the replay. Adam set it up, but here's the attack.
Again, not a lot of space right there, but you can call him slim for a reason. He was able to get into some smaller spaces right there and still wiggle his body through and able to get it in.
Slithery finisher on gold. And Togba has a terrifically long first step. Ministros will take a timeout to talk about it. 6 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. 28-27 is the score. But as I was saying about Togba, when he's in front of a defender, if I were to be guarding him, the way he kind of fakes to one side and then goes hard to the other, his stride in that first step is explosive. And a lot of times people will find themselves way out of position. But he's done a great job so far. He's picked up 4 goals tonight, but has been a very important factor in the overall offense of what New York City is doing.
Very, very active. Again, and because of that activity that he's had, you've seen the Ministros again continue to extend the defense out and attempt to put more pressure on him. Again, they are hoping that by the time this game is over that they've won like at least about 60% of those battles. Right now, they're up 28-27, so you can assume that they've won more of those battles than they've lost. We're running out of time right here. Again, they want to keep the trend as is. NYC trying to take over and, again, tilt the scale back in their favor right here with just over 6 minutes to go.
6:17 remaining. 1 goal game. Ministros holding on to the lead. All right, and like we said, it's going to be chippy down the stretch. Just be aware of that. Be ready for it. I'm so glad that I have a microphone in my face and not a whistle in my mouth, because reffing some of these games when they get, very contentious.
You can do no right.
Yeah, nobody's your friend.
Do no right. We've officialed, you and I together,
Yes, sir.
some amazing games at college nationals,
Yes, sir.
open nationals, and when the games are close, somebody's going to be mad at you.
There is always
The officials have done a really good job over the last 3 days. We've had the same pair
right.
in all 3 games.
Nice slide pass. Ooh, found a window that didn't look to be open, but Joel Garcia with a terrific goal off the assist by number 24, Ibarra. 2-goal game. New York City on the attack, make the extra pass. Nope, did not. And the result is a save and a counter.
Oh, my goodness.
Bad
Sloppy
pass.
play by the Ministros.
They had
didn't know
the
what to
advantage.
do.
They had a man
Slieka
advantage.
all by himself.
And the goal.
The goal all by himself off the Ministros sloppy play. It started early. You saw the first pass happen. He ran out of steps, kind of threw up, and he found somebody to throw it to. The next guy said, well, let me try that too. And that went straight to NYC.
Yeah, deserved a much better ending. New York City will not complain about receiving that one. 29-28, once again, 1-goal game. Ministros hanging on. There's the attack. There's Martinez. Ibarra, who's been very active in playmaking tonight. Nice ball fake.
pass.
Woo. Great save. Oh, you need that. You need that rebound. Mark that.
Awesome fake right there. Again,
It was.
they've been doing that circle cross where the circle comes off a 6 meter and cross behind the center back. He used that cheat to his advantage, and when the defender left, he just went right by him.
That's right. And Scott, what they're doing, what New York City is doing, was really trying to send the pivot defender with him as he goes around. And that created quite the gap. There's Pierre. Out
Can
on
he
the break.
gather his steps?
Ooh,
No.
right off his head. Great save.
Unable to slow his momentum down and get the ball in position right where he was. He threw it basically right off the goalkeeper's forehead right there.
And I think, you made a very heavy point right there, Scott. What we've seen from Pierre the past 2 nights really is him getting the ball on the left side, but then making his way back to the middle to give himself more of a goal angle. At that point, he just went almost directly at the keeper, planted it right off of his forehead like it was Ash Wednesday.
Bless you.
All right, folks, here we are. Under 4 minutes remaining. Ministros with the lead.
1-goal game. NYC has got to be happy not happy that they're down 1, but happy that they're only down 1. Oh, my goodness. Luis Avalos.
Oh, man, that was.
Thank you very much.
That was an outstanding skip pass and then an even better fluff shot to finish. Here's Rafael. Santo.
2-goal game. NYC wishes they were shooting for the tie right here.
That's right.
But after that nice shot by Avalos, they're still down by 2.
By 2. They just can't seem to break through that. Skip. No skip.
We wondered what we see from the NYC roster here in the second half. A lot of the same participants.
Yep. Again. Charge is the call. Wow. Here we are. 3 minutes remaining. 2-goal game. Ministros, I believe, in this particular possession, has to have a goal. Get it out to 3. You're going to, force New York City to have to come off the line and play more aggressive tactics if you score here. But if you don't, they come down, get a goal. It's a 1-goal game. So right
if the Ministros can control the ball right here and not turn it over, NYC at maximum has 3, maybe 4 more possessions.
Sure.
And in a 2-goal game,
There's a charge.
now this is their first one right here. 2.5 minutes to go. They want to get down by 1.
That's right.
You see Ivan coming up, leading the break, 7-on-6, but Ivan pulls back. Adams got it. Oh, my goodness. You want to get that extra pass to the wing right there. Toss it behind your back. Give your winger a shot.
And also as a wing, you got to let that guy know, hey, man.
I'm right here.
My guy has left. He is now on you. Nice attack. Rafa. Oh, this is the post. Timeout is called. 2 minutes. Called on number 21. Daniel.
Out of
Ayala.
control on the contact right there. Was the 7-meter awarded 2?
Oh, wow.
It looks like it.
Wow. That is not the time to get 2 minutes. That means that
Here's Avalos, nice fluff shot over the top.
Yeah, that was sweet.
From
That
a
was
couple of
nice.
possessions ago. Amazing shot. Again, extending the lead to 2 right there with that one.
Yeah. And again, to give you context, folks, the penalty for Ministros will end with about 8 seconds remaining. So if this game is close, we'll want to keep an eye on somebody flying onto the court, whether to, on an offense or on a defense, maybe to get a steal. Depends on how these next minute and 40-odd seconds go, as far as how much that is really going to impact the rest of this game. But right now, Ministros with a 1-goal lead. New York City extending pressure a bit. Now that they're a man up, they can afford to do that a little bit more. They're going to have to tighten up in the middle. Oh, my goodness. A knifing attack, but nothing on the shot.
Out of control. NYC looking to tie it right here.
1-goal game, 1:23 remaining. Adam, pass. Again, Ministros is totally fine with wrapping up the attacker. They are totally fine with melting the clock, making sure that no extra damage can be done once a player has been touched. Nothing to see here.
Finally found that extra wing player, and again it's Lucas
De Lima.
De Lima from the right wing.
30 is the score.
30-30, all tied up. Ministros trying to get that lead back. Still down a man. What a terrible position to be in after they've been up most of the second half.
Right.
Now tied up 30-30, but down one man.
Right.
45 seconds to go.
All right, and here's where it gets fun. Folks, timeout is called by Ministros. They are looking to solidify what I would assume to be the last or one of the last possessions of the game. So it's going to be critical here, folks, as any of you would imagine, whether you follow the sport or not. Ministros simply needs to execute in this final stretch. Defensively, New York City needs to make a stop, create a turnover, or otherwise make it difficult for a good shot so that they can set up their goalkeeper, Ivan Ignatovic, for a great save.
Here's my what to look for NYC right here in the last possession. Well, not necessarily the last possession, but one of the last possessions. Don't go for the ball fake. That's all I'm going to say right now, NYC. Stay home. Protect your responsibility. You've got to be available for help in case your next guy over gets beat. But don't get beat by the ball fake. We've seen the Ministros with a lot of crafty moves with the ball. I would expect to see some ball fakes right here again. They've done the best when they've worked with each other. We'll see if they're able to work with each other right here. But if I'm NYC, I want to stay at home. I want to stay flat. They've got the size. They've got the experience. And they've got even right here as we come out of the timeout.
Is that accurate?
Is that correct?
I don't think that's right, Scott. I don't think that's right. I think they've got 6 guys on the court, and I don't think the referees know what's happening. Yep, there go 2 guys running off the court, and now we've got what I'm assuming. Oh. So maybe they pulled their goalie so as to create an extra man. I'm really confused as to what's going on. Time is called, 17 seconds remaining. 5 versus 6. A penalty shot is called.
No, it is not a penalty
It's not
shot.
a penalty.
It is something the referees did call the penalty.
I thought they did. And
they did call the penalty. Yvonne thought it was goalie ball because we all kind of thought it was goalie ball.
Well, a long trailing whistle like that with a point out to the 7. Here's a replay. Thanks, Luis. So we can take a look. Yeah.
Abdomilson was inside of 6 meters right there.
And Antoine was playing to his side, so it was almost pick your poison as to whom the penalty was going to be on. Yeah, now Ministros should be even. The penalty should be over, so they should have 6 total court players.
A lot of confusion going on right here. Yep. It is all even now. Yvonne in the goal.
Ooh, big goal. Get it up, get it in.
And with the running
block. That's the game, folks. Wow.
The Ministros come.
The game winner.
Into the Bay Area and get one of their first international level wins as a club. They were hungry. They said they were coming in to fight and compete, and they were able to get it in. Here's our final goal of the game.
Francisco Muniz Gomez.
Big ball fake.
A la izquierda.
Yvonne not able to get his foot on that ball as he kicked out. What an amazing game. By far one of the best games we saw over the last 3 nights.
Best game. What a great time. And, really and truly, as chippy as it kind of got at times, there was a lot of respect between these 2 teams. You didn't see a lot of, mouthing off at each other. These 2 teams really took it to each other, gave each other what they had, and we as the fans were very fortunate to receive such a result.
That's club handball. If you've ever been to tournaments around the United States, whether it's at West Point Military Academy, UNC Chapel Hill, Texas A&M, LA, Cal Heat right here in the Bay, you see that club fight. Everybody's working hard, but at the end of the day, almost never see anybody holding those sour grapes through the end of the game. After the final whistle goes off, it's all good. Everybody's having a good time. What an amazing way to finish up this Super Glow qualifier.
Right.
What a fun night. We're going to get ready to go into those trophy presentations soon now, I believe.
Folks, I think you said pretty much all of it, Scott. Like, we got everything we wanted in this contest. We got some great breakaway goals, some outstanding goalkeeper tactics and stops. We got some just great team play. I mean, think about how the game started. Team Ministros really opened the game up with just great team play. They kind of abandoned it here and there, but at the end of the game, they did what they needed to make it work for them. And I'm really glad that we got to see this. Really very fortunate to have been able to call this game for you folks. I hope you all were as entertained as we were, because I had a bunch of fun. Like Scott said, we're going to get to our trophy presentations here before too awfully long. Our host club, San Francisco Cal Heat, is doing what they can to get everything set up. But Scott Knox is going to head out to the court here shortly and get everything set up and be our on-the-court voice and presenter. And old M. Dot here, Mr. Bacon, will add up some stats and fill you in on some of the things that we've had going on in this game. Once again, the final score, 31-30, Ministros over NYC. Really and truly, a couple of the more pivotal moments in this game. I think arguably the largest was Vlado getting his 2-minute and then the red card. That exclusion or disqualification from the game really seemed to change a lot of what New York City was able to do defensively. But at the end of it, hat tip to both teams, all three teams really, for a really good competition overall. It's really tough coming off of a pandemic or what have you, where you've been forced almost to not be able to play for in advance of a year, to be able to come out and put together competition like this. My hat goes off to everyone here with Cal Heat that made this a thing. And also big shouts out to our production team for making this all a thing. We'll take a half second, folks. We'll pause just for a bit and we'll get everything organized. We'll be back on in a few.
And finishing second, we have the Ministros from Monterrey, Mexico. And finally, entering the court, the Super Globe qualifying talent. At this time, we'll have Ryan Johnson, CEO of USA Team Handball, give a few
All right,
words
folks.
before we then hand off our award-winning player.
All right, our guy
Thank you,
Scott
Scott.
Knox
Thank
is
you all for
handing the
being here
microphone off.
today. The reason we love sports is the opportunity to participate. And it's been a very challenging couple of years.
That is
dealing
Ryan
with
Johnson,
COVID and a lot of
CEO.
other uncertainty, and very grateful for all of you making the effort to be here, being very diligent with COVID protocols. Grateful to see 2 international tournaments hosted in the U.S. in the last week. I was in Chicago for our women's qualifier and was blown away by the volunteer support we had there, and similarly blown away by the volunteer support we've had by our hosts from Cal Heat. So a special shout out to all the volunteers, also the referees, medical staff, helping keep all the players safe and organizing the event. And of course, congratulations to Cal Heat on winning the championships and punching a ticket to Saudi Arabia. And with that, here's some awards.
First award will be
All right,
top
we'll
scorer.
start off now by announcing our top scoring individual. This award is going to be handed out by Jean-Marc Genique, the president of the Cal Heat Handball Club. And the top scorer for the 2021 Super Globe qualifier is Eloy Rubio.
Eloy had an outstanding tournament. Eloy is not
Eloy
with
is
us.
not here, so accepting that award is Slave.
Slave Jovanas will accept the award in his stead.
And now the most valuable goalie award is going to be handed out by Bernard Schwartz, the vice president of Cal Heat Handball Club. And the MVG of the 2021 Super Globe qualifier is Lucas Kruger.
Lucas Kruger with the MVG, most valuable goalie. Also from San Francisco Cal Heat, as is Eloy Rubio.
And awarding the most valuable player of the 2021 Super Globe qualifier is Ray Gertie, the director of the Centerville Junior High Club. And the MVP is Eloy Rubio.
Eloy Rubio collecting more hardware, and Slave will accept in his stead.
And now to present the NYC Handball Club with a third place trophy is David Eduardo Portillo,
David
the technical
Portillo.
delegate of the NACHC.
David, the technical delegate.
And
one
third
of
place
the
goes to the
veteran referees.
NYC Team Handball Club.
Big congratulations to New York City. And that's Max Diouf, one of the team officials
And now walking
for
down
NYC.
to announce the second place winner is Kurt Larson, the chairman of the Competition of Organization Committee of the NACHC. Kurt Larson is awarding the Ministros of Monterrey, Mexico, the second place team in this year's 2021 qualifier.
Competition chair Kurt Lauritsen making a presentation to Ms. Anabel Rios Limon for their second place award.
Ryan Johnson, the CEO of USA Team Handball, San Francisco
Cal Heat taking home the top spot.
They're on their way to Saudi Arabia to compete on behalf of the North American continent. Congratulations, Cal Heat.
Congratulations to the Cal Heat squad. A couple notes from the game tonight. Some of the leading scorers. Daniel
At this time,
Ayala from the
ladies and
Ministros.
gentlemen, we are good. Thank
6
you all
goals.
very much for coming out. We appreciate
Luis
everybody's
Avalos with
support.
5. Roger Mancia with 4.
Online, thank you all. Have
Francisco
a
Muniz
very
Gomez
safe trip home. We
with the game
appreciate you
winner
all. Thank you so
and
much.
5 as well. For New York City, Lucas de Lima with 6. Pavel Suica with 5. Abubakar Togba with 4. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Anthony Scott Knox, I would like to thank everybody that was a part of this competition, making this happen. Our video production team was outstanding all week for us. So big thanks to Kevin and Luis for being here for us all week. Big big organizational thanks to San Francisco Cal Heat for putting this together under such short notice, and massive love to everyone that showed up online and gave us feedback on what we did. Once again, on behalf of Scott Knox, we'd like to thank all entities involved. We'd like to thank the people here at Centerville Junior High School in Fremont, California, for providing us such a great opportunity, and a big, massive congratulations to San Francisco Cal Heat for making their way to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia 2022. For everyone involved here, I am Miles Bacon, gladly here and signing off. Thanks to everyone for being a part of it. We will hopefully catch you again very soon. Adios.